Let's look at some case laws or practical cases relating to the applicability of Section 194J. And first one is transmission of electricity. So what happens is, let's first pull in this diagram. Suppose there is a state-owned company which generates electricity. Right? So suppose the generation happens at point A and the consumer is at point B, the person who consumes electricity. To transmit the electricity from the point where it is generated to the point where it is consumed, there are electricity transmitter companies, right? The state-owned company pays some charges to the electricity transmitting company in respect of facilities of transmitting electricity. The question is whether these services are covered as liable for deduction under Section 194J. In this context, there is a decision of CIT versus Hubli Electric Supply Company Limited, where it has been held that transmission of electricity does not amount to providing technical services, and hence payment made by state-owned company to a state-owned corporation for transmission of electricity through the latter's transmission network do not warrant deduction of tax at source under Section 194J. In other words, on these services, there is no withholding tax which is applicable under Section 194J. TPA services. Now, what happens is, there are various consumers who are there, or patients, if you want to call them that way. Before he becomes a patient, he's a customer. So a customer goes to an insurance company, let's say a medical insurance company, and takes an insurance policy. When he falls ill and the disease is covered under the policy, he may go and take treatment at a hospital. The thing is that when this payment is covered under insurance, the insurance company is supposed to make a payment to the hospital for the expenses which might have been incurred by the customer in respect of this medical services obtained. Instead of doing that, what the insurance company do is they have certain people known as third-party administrators or TPAs who make the payment on behalf of such insurance company to the hospitals. So they make payment to the hospitals for rendering medical services to the policy holder. This customer is the policy holder. The question is such payment liable for deduction of tax? There are several cases on this aspect, but we have just mentioned one of them, Medi Asia India TPA Private Limited versus SDCIT. And it has been held that the TPAs, the third-party administrators, who are responsible for making payments to hospital for rendering medical services to policyholders under various health insurance schemes, are obliged, liable might be a better word here, to deduct tax at source from payment made to hospital. So when they make the payment to hospital, that's liable for deduction of tax under Section 194J at the rate of 10%, provided other conditions are satisfied. This position has now also been confirmed by CBDT in Circular number 8 of 2009, dated 24/11/2009. Some more practical case studies. Now, various hospitals, instead of keeping doctors on a salaried basis, retain them. That is, they provide them a fixed monthly service fee. So let's say a hospital may say that I am going to give you $50,000, right? Or let's say 5 lakh rupees. Let's not get into the dollar part of it, right? The reason why these payments are made as salary is that one doctor may be working with 3 hospitals, and normally all doctors do this. In the morning they are sitting at one hospital, then in the afternoon at other, and then in the evening at other. So they tend to agree that instead of drawing remuneration or salary and working for one hospital, they might be working for more than one hospital. For such services, what the doctor does is they provide consultancy services to the hospital patient. Any patient who comes to this hospital may be seen by this doctor right? And the doctor in return gets a retainership fee from the hospital. There may be some incentives also which might be there, but generally we are talking about the retainership fees here. This retainership fee is paid by the hospital to the doctor. The question is this fee liable for tax deduction under section 194J? It was held that in the case of Escorts Heart Institute and Research Centre Limited, that payment made to retainer doctors for providing expert professional services are subject to TDS under section 194J of the Income Tax Act. Right? Now, another question is, which is a very, very common question, is that what is the difference between these two sections? Right? Now, while I'm not getting into the difference at this stage, but let's look at a case where the evaluation was done on these two sections. So you had a person who was a service provider, and he provided some desktop, help desk, call center, data center, network application services to support rail equipment manufacturing. So there is a company which manufactures rail vehicles and coaches, and this service provider provided some services to this company, and obviously he was paid for these services. The question is, are these services in the nature of professional services, or is this covered under section 194C? In the case of Bombardier Transportation India, it was held that such services are in the nature of technical or professional services and require deduction of tax under section 194J and not 194C. Again, there is a case where there is a cable operator, okay, and what this cable operator does is he provides services to place TV channels in prime band to enhance the viewership and better advertisement revenue, right? So there is a distributor of satellite-based TV channel. There is a cable operator who says that I am going to provide you the services whereby the TV channels that you want to distribute will be there in the prime band. This helps you to increase the viewership, and because the revenue of TVs are based on advertisement, increase in revenue. The question is this covered under section 194J or 194C? In the case of CIT versus UTV Entertainment Television, it was held that where the assessee company carrying on business of broadcasting television channels, this company paid placement charges to cable operators for placing signals on a preferred band. They paid to the cable operator to put the signals on a preferred band. It was covered in the definition of work contract as per section 194C and not 194J. Now, in the beginning we discussed that even a non-resident payer may be liable to deduct tax under section 194J where the payment are made to a resident. So are all non-resident covered? The answer to that is no. If there is a foreign company or a non-resident who operates in India through an office, an agent, or a business site, they are the ones. Business site would effectively be a business connection or a PE, right? They are liable to deduct tax under section 194J. If the non-resident is not having any agent, any business connection, or a PE, they are not liable to deduct TDS under section 194J. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, you can subscribe to our channel to stay updated on more such videos. You can like this videos and also share it with your friends. And if you're looking for material on this particular subject, you can visit us on our website at www.arrangeacademy.com.